Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creation. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. It is a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon here. I was asked how I created this little thing here. And it was really, it's simple, but yeah, I thought I'd, come on and just take you step by step through our little process here. Now, what I used here was basically just a strip of paper, not paper, piece of leftover label, but you can use anything. So what I did was I've got this little insert here that I made, and I'm going to take care of the back first because it needs time to dry a little bit. So I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way. I've got, it's called glitter spray, but it doesn't spray. I have washed this out, and when it's clean, it sprays fine. But when I try to put it back in here to spray it, it doesn't work. So, got to shake it up pretty good. And then all I'm going to do is open it up and just daub it down here where I want it. Daub it, dab it. You know what I mean. And then I don't want it that thick in places. So I'm just gonna smooth it out with my finger, rub it through there. Doesn't have to cover the whole thing, but you do want it thin enough that it's gonna go ahead and dry. And this usually doesn't take very long. And yes, you do end up with glitter on your fingers. And there's a little bit on the paper itself. So let me grab I know I've got them somewhere. Yes, you will need a baby wipe, because this is kind of on the messy side. That off my finger. Now, what I did next was I just took this is just metallic gold paint, and there's very little in here, if any. And just a little bit on my finger. Then I'm going to come in here and just spread it here or there. Just that little touch of gold. It doesn't have to be a lot. And that's all. Get that off my finger. Yes, you will get messy with this. Now, this is going to take a little bit to dry. So, I'm going to switch over to this side. Now, here is where our dryer sheet comes into play. Now, when I first did this, I used glue, but because between the spray and the glue, it makes the paper damp, so it doesn't really want to stick. So what we're going, I know I had it here somewhere. I'll grab another one. I've got them laying around. This one's a little on the wide side, but it will do. Simply going to take some double-sided sticky tape and put just a little bit of this down on this side. And you will be able to see through your tape. So, move that where I can remember where it's at. I've got so much stuff on my desk. Burnish that side. Burnish that side. And then, hopefully this will peel up without giving me too much of a problem. Now, I'm going to need my pokey tool. There goes that one. And see, you can see through the tape, which is good. But because that paper is a little bit damp, it doesn't want to let go. I'm still going to come in here with some glue in the middle because I don't want to take a chance on this. So, you know, better safe than sorry. Now, I'm going to take my dryer sheet and, oh, I can tell the dogs have been in here. Or at least one. And no, it didn't. This dryer sheet came straight out of the dryer. But when you have dogs and they shake, you know, the hair goes everywhere. Now, these are my pinking shears. And all I'm going to do, let me trim this part off. Save that for later. I'm going to come around here and close to the edge, but not right on the edge. It's hard to see doing these. Yep, I've got it uneven. You know me. I can't cut a straight line. Come around the edge. And it is hard with the dryer sheet, trying to get it straight. Because the dryer sheet wants to move on you. All right, and get rid of that piece. And then just come in here and straighten up my edges a little bit. Oh, I think I just made it worse, but you get the idea. And there. We've got that, you can still see the design through it, but it's got that softness to it I really like. Now on this side, I'm hoping that's dry enough. Somewhere I have tape. I did go ahead and, oh, this one's already, let me put that one back over there. This is already outlined out for us. So just like that. Now, I like putting it on my tweezers, mainly so I can see where I'm positioning my sticker. And there. That's all there is to it. Very quick, very simple, and it gives that special touch. So, that's it. Something else I was sitting here working on earlier. Let me clear off some of this. As I've got stuff everywhere this morning. Put my pinking shears back. And then I was working on a pocket. Just a little, simple pocket, but it's what it's made from. Remember, I keep quoting Pam at the Paper Outpost. Everything's craft supply until proven otherwise. We all have these. Toilet paper rolls. And that is exactly what this is made out of. So where the paper comes together, the roll comes together, position it there and flatten it out, just like that. Now, it does take some bit of force to get these edges down, because you're basically working through cardboard. And I've got that. Now, what I want is I need to turn one end up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here with my scissors and I'm going to cut up that side just a little bit. Just like that. And then bend that up just like that there. And now I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut that edge off. go right down where we just bent it. Now, if it's not straight, don't worry about it. All right, from there, I want to angle in my sides. And then I'm going to fold this up, back with my bone folder. Give that a good crease. Now, I did put a notch here, and that's just with this. And what you have to do is the side you want notched, put it on the bottom, and then it's going to take a little bit of force, because you see how I have to push it in there. Make sure you've got it sort of even, and there. Takes a little bit, but everything's going everywhere. Go ahead and get this trash off of here. Now, I have found that this does not want to stay down for the glue to set, so you have to get something to hold it. So I'm going to put my glue right down there, fold it up, and I simply use clips, clothes clips, paper, or you can use bulldog clips, whatever you got that will hold that closed all there, and then set it aside to dry. This one here, I've gotten to that point. Now what I want to do is I want to cover it, because now this is good if you've got, like if you have a gift card, you can easily put it in. Of course, you may have to adjust your height, or you can put, you can fill it with tags, just about anything you want. And it's sturdy. So I've got a piece of just regular paper here, and I went ahead and measured where I wanted it and marked it. So come in here, and I'm going to trim that down just like that. Now, I know this piece of paper is going to wrap all the way around, but I have that notch, remember? So what I'm going to do is come right here, eyeball the center, and cut me a notch out. That way, when I position it here, my notch will line up, and then I can simply fold my paper around. And yeah, it doesn't fit right, because I know my paper was wrong, but this is just for, an example. But I'm going to go ahead and glue the top part. So my crease is, because I can come back here, like on this back part, it doesn't exactly fit, so I want to come here and just trim it up enough so that it will look like it's even. This one's a little bit wider on this side, but that's okay. All I'm going to do is angle it down. I just want the center there to meet. Okay, now for my glue. I was just sitting here messing around this Sunday morning and figured that, I have y'all join me. I know we've got birthdays coming up in my family. And this is a good way, if you're going to give a gift card, just stick your gift card in there. Now, that side's down. I want to figure out which side I want. All right, I want that side next. So I'm going to glue right here in the crease. fold that one over and come here along the other side. And this is just your, the mat, if you will, because you can come back in and hide all the imperfections when you decorate it. So there's our little pocket. Now, if you're sending something, this is great because it's not going to bend that much in the mail. So where's my, clean that off. Oh, probably shouldn't have done it with that. I had something up here earlier, but my paper towels seem to get disappearing more and more. Clean that off. Ooh, I got a clog starting. Now, always take a moment or two, clean your glue before you put it up. So that's not too bad. And if you wanted to even go further, you could even cover that with your dryer sheet. So here we've used a toilet paper roll and a dryer sheet, not craft items, but they do good. And this is just an old gift card I had, and I use it now for spreading paint and stuff. So, but there's another thing we can do with them. Now, I'm going to jump back to the dryer sheets a minute because I saw this laying here. This was the paper, several videos ago where I didn't like it, so I covered it with gesso and then stamped on it. I think I've showed this before, but I just want to show y'all again what happens. I don't know why. It's just a chemical reaction between the Fabri-Tac and your gesso. And when you put it down, you see how you can see where my glue is going? And yes, I'm putting quite a bit on here because I want you to see that reaction. See how it's turning colors? And then I'm just going to spread it out on there. And look at the different color that comes out. Now, let me see if I can get this to the edge because I do want that dryer sheet to stick. And yes, these are messy crafts, but we do have ways to clean up. And then I'm just going to lay that on top. Now you will feel it because the Fabri-Tac definitely does come through the dryer sheet. But look at the color difference. Isn't that so neat? I like that. Yeah, now as you can see, baby wipes and Fabri-Tac don't work that well together. I mean, you're still left with it all on your hands. So, all I'm going to do is tap it dry. You can see all the glue. But what will work are alcohol swabs. And I have a lot of these. I mean, that comes straight off if you're in a hurry to get your glue off. And there, all done. Dry my fingers off. And there. Yeah, I've got some still, but I didn't rub those fingers. But alcohol swabs takes off Fabri-Tac really good. So I'm going to let this sit aside to dry because it will take a little bit. But I just love that sort of coral color that comes out. So we did that. Now, one more thing I want to share. Non-craft supplies that we use as craft supplies. I know when I buy light bulbs, or this time I bought crackers, and they were in a package, and this was what was around them. So I thought, well, usually I would throw it away till I started looking at it. Look at the inside. It is corrugated. I'm not sure if this is showing up very well, but it is corrugated. So I know there's a perforated line here, so I will have to fix that. But what I want to do is I want to turn it to where the corrugation's on the outside. I'll trim this part off and make that into a journal cover. Wouldn't that be so neat? I mean, just look at that. So, but it's something different that I don't have in my stash. I think I've got a small piece from a box that got damp. But that is so neat. So look around. Things you come across in our everyday lives can be valuable craft supplies. I mean, to me, this is awesome. So this will go in with my stash of stuff to work on. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you today. Just a few things, not craft supplies, but that we can use as craft supplies. Now, granted, some people do not like using toilet paper roll holders. So if you don't, then you can use a paper towel holder and cut it down. It's basically the same thing, only longer. But this is what I had. And I thought it turned out kind of neat. So I've got this one here sitting. See if it started grabbing yet. Yep. And so here's my little holder. Now you will have to go in and keep smushing down the sides. Or lay something heavy on top of it. But another thing I use are clothespins. I am a firm believer in clothespins. I put washi tape on mine to sort of decorate them up. And that held it perfectly, just the right tension. And then when you take them off, I've got a little bin they go in. But, that's another thing that was not a craft supply, but makes a great craft tool. Now, you can get the smaller ones, you can get the old-fashioned ones. I think this one came from Walmart, this one came from Dollar Tree. It doesn't matter. And feel free to decorate them up. Pull out your washi tape. Our craft containers don't always have to be around with labels on them. We can decorate them like I've done this. You've seen my little Fabri-Tac bottle that I've got washi tape on. I use empty candle holders where I've cleaned out to hold supplies. So, they're not craft supplies or craft tools, but they can be. It's only limited by our imagination. So, if you've liked what I've shared with you today, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and come back and join me in the Dragon's Den, because you never know what I'll be playing with next. Bye, guys!